Hey guys, this is Dave Meyer and you're watching Deal of the Day, a show dedicated to helping you analyze deals and become a better investor. And remember, these are real deals that could end up being yours one day. So stick around and enjoy the show. Hey, what's going on everyone? Thank you guys for joining us here today on Deal of the Day. Obviously, you could be anywhere, but you are here with us. Thank you for doing that. And today we are going to be teaching you how to build wealth and achieve financial freedom through real estate investing. That is what we do here at BiggerPockets, and that is, so kudos to you for being here, for taking action. That is going to help you improve your financial position, and at the end of the day, taking action is the only thing that's going to get you to where you want to be, which, since you're here, I presume is going to be financial freedom and becoming a successful real estate investor. So hopefully we can help you do that today. My name is Dave Meyer and welcome to this live session of Deal of the Day. It's going to be very live today. This show is dedicated to helping you learn how to analyze all kinds of real estate deals so you can become a better real estate investor. If you're here today and you are excited for today's deal, and you should be, give us a thumbs up or let us know in the comments, and we will just get started in just a minute. So we are, let me just check and make sure this is all working.
So it looks like we're live on YouTube.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's working on Facebook.
Give me 1 second, guys.
Sorry, everyone on YouTube. In the meantime, what's up? Talk to me in the comments. If I can find the comments, we'll find it. There we go. It's working.
On Facebook?
No, on YouTube it's working. Hi, YouTube. What's up, everyone? Brax, my life it's pretty good. What's going on with you? You've been here the last few times, Brax. What's happening, man? Ooh, Costa Rica. St. Louis. Oh, we got people from all over. Thank you, all you YouTubers. We're waiting for our Facebook crew to join us. We should have that rolling in just a minute. So while Zach is fixing this, I'll just let you know we're going to do something completely live today, and we're actually going to be picking a deal from one of you right now and analyzing it. The goal is sort of just to show you all that if you learn the basics of how to analyze a deal, you can go from not knowing a single thing about a property to being able to analyze it with a fair degree of accuracy in just a couple of minutes. So that should be pretty sweet. Phoenix to the house, New York City, what's up? That's where I'm from. How's it going? New York, oh, we got a bunch of New Yorkers. Lawrence, Kansas, what's going on?
What's going on in the BiggerPockets world there, Dave?
Okay, so anyway, we have a couple things on BiggerPockets I'll talk about for a moment. So the first thing is I have a webinar tomorrow. So if you're interested in attending a webinar about how to land your first deal, tomorrow at noon Mountain Time, so it's 2 Eastern, we're going to be doing a free webinar. It should be really awesome. We're going to be covering a lot of stuff in more detail than we do here on some of the live shows. So definitely check that out. We also, guys, this is a cause that I think we can all get behind. We are running a fundraiser now for victims of Hurricane Maria. You can go to biggerpockets.com/give. Josh Dorkin, our founder, actually donated $10,000 to this cause. So if you want to join all of us here at BiggerPockets in helping hurricane relief, Zach, how are we doing?
Cool. It looks like we are good to go.
All right, we are doing it. Oh, I see myself. There we go. All right, welcome, Facebook people. Sorry for that. We were having a problem with that just for a second. We were just, I was just about to curse. We were just talking with YouTube people right now. Anyway, guys, so wherever you are, let us know you can hear us on Facebook. Just give us a share, give us a comment. Let us know what's up. We've already got a bunch of people over here on YouTube watching. So let us know if you... Today's deal, it's going to be super cool. It's going to be something we have not done before. We are going to take a deal that one of you gives us in the next few minutes, and I'm going to analyze it using the BiggerPockets calculator. The great thing about having something like the calculator is that if you know the basics of how to find information about a property, you can learn within a matter of moments, show you and prove to you just how easy this is. If you learn the basics and you have a tool like the calculator, I'm going to pick one I've never seen before. We've done no prep, and we are going to show you how to analyze a deal like that. And that being said, but like a little caveat before we get started, if you are going to actually buy this property, you probably want to go see it. You probably want to back up these numbers. But one of the main things you want to learn as a real estate investor is how to do like a quick calculation and know if it's worth spending time learning more about that property. And so that is here. Please give us a share, give us a comment, and we will get started in just a few minutes. So Giuseppe says, does the tool or analysis work specifically for U.S. property? Sure. Basically, we're going to cover, there's 4 things that go into analyzing a deal. And the BiggerPockets calculator can be used really. So great question. We can definitely do that. All right, guys. Looks like Facebook is working. That's awesome. Thank you for fixing that, Zach. Glad you can hear us, guys. All right. So, Christian Watney's here. Well, welcome back, Christian. If you guys remember, Christian is of Deal of the Day fame from back like a month ago. 2 months ago, whatever that was. All right, so Zach, how are we going to do this? How are we going to pick a property?
I think you just pick a. So what they do is they comment. We got a couple of comments of locations and zip codes. Go ahead and just choose whatever.
We're going to pick a. All right. So if you guys have a deal, I see someone were doing it before. If you have a specific deal that you are interested in, put it in the comments right now, and we are going to do it. Also, you have to give us a share if you want us to pick it. If you share this video and put it in the comments, yours might be picked. Ooh, okay. I kind of like this one. What's up?
Nice. Yeah, if you got one you like, go ahead. Is that Christian?
Well, I'm getting a specific address on it. So one of them is Raleigh, North Carolina.
Nice.
I've heard cool things about Raleigh. Not that these other ones aren't cool. All right, cool.
Because what I was going to do is find a deal.
Okay. All right. Northern New Jersey. Raleigh. We're going to do Raleigh. Let's do Raleigh, North Carolina. I like doing this. This is kind of fun. But we're going to do that just because I got a bunch, because we have a lot of people randomly who work at BiggerPockets from Raleigh, North Carolina. We have Gerard, even though we're in Denver, are from Raleigh. So we'll dedicate this show to them. All right. So here's what we're going to do, guys. The first step, again, and then we're going to analyze it, and we're going to talk about how you guys can learn and take some of the lessons that I'm going to show you here today and apply them to deals that you want to do in the future. So let's get started. Zach, can you see my computer screen?
I can, we can.
All right. Sweet. We can. All right, here we go, guys. And as always, guys, I do, the reason you see me looking down a lot is because I am reading the comments while we go along. So definitely make sure to ask questions, put stuff in the comment section, and I will do it. I like doing this. So guys, if yours didn't get chosen today, please, we'll do this again in the near future, and we will pick a new place, somewhere very different from Raleigh next time. All right, cool. Zach, people are saying it's choppy, the video. I don't know if there's anything we can do about that.
Internet lag right now.
Is it on our end?
Yes.
Should we tell everyone in the office to stop doing stuff?
Looks like we got perfect streaming right now, though.
All right, sweet. Let's take advantage while we got it. All right, we're going to do Raleigh, North Carolina, guys. Here we go. Raleigh. How do you spell Raleigh?
Yeah, can you zoom in just a little bit?
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah, zoom in.
Yeah.
That better?
Perfect.
All right. How do you even spell Raleigh?
R-A-L-E-I-G-H.
Raleigh, North Carolina. Now you guys can see my really good spelling skills. Hey, that worked. Okay, cool. So, ooh, these are really, wow, that house is huge. Okay, so there's obviously a lot of different houses there, but I think for this purpose, and guys, again, this is completely live. I'm making this up as we go along. I think we're going to start and look for why don't we look for a multifamily? What do you think, Zach? All right, up to 600,000. We're going to go in here, guys, and in keywords, we're going to do income property. So we're going to search. Obviously, there's a lot of ways you can call income property. Let's just say multifamily. What's this one? With owner suite on first and second floors, bonus room, blah, blah, blah. Okay, now let's look at another one. If anyone has a specific property in Raleigh, please let me know, because this might not be a little bit harder. Let's just look, maybe I can look for duplex.
Adam Cotton is saying the MLS in Raleigh does not beat the Zillow to use Redfin.
Really?
Something, yeah.
Okay, thank you. Redfin, Raleigh, North Carolina. All right, sorry guys. I guess I picked a place that doesn't go on Zillow. I like Redfin. I don't know about you guys. But I'm not used to it. Okay. We're gonna find us a multifamily. I'm gonna sing to you guys while
Dave, how many times a day do you look at rental properties?
I don't know, 2 or 3 probably. Why, did someone ask that question? Okay, there aren't many multifamilies. All right, cool, guys. So let's look at this one here. All right, cool. I kind of like this one. What do you guys think about this?
Zoom in a little bit.
Should we do this one? I think it's sweet.
Nice. Says it's a rare opportunity.
It's got to be rare. It says each unit is 1 bed, 1 bath, but it doesn't say how many units there are, though. I think it's 2. There's 2 doors. All right, we're going to do this one, guys. It's 503 Cole Street in Raleigh, North Carolina. All right, guys, so there's a couple things that we're going to have to do here. And the first thing is going to biggerpockets.com/calculators. And that is going to get us to the rental property calculator, which is what we're going to be using today. And so we're going to see if this property, 503 Cole Street in Raleigh, North Carolina, is a worthwhile investment. And again, as you guys just saw, I obviously have no idea what I'm doing right now. I know nothing about Raleigh, North Carolina. I have never been there before. But what we're going to do is show you guys what it takes to look at a property that you have no information about and decide if it is worth spending more time on it. And so that's what we're going to do here today using BiggerPockets calculator. Zach, do we have a code today? Can we ask Hillary to do that? Just so we can get that started. Or anyone. Okay, guys, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to start by the rental property calculator, because one of the things that is so good about the calculator is that in addition to actually running the numbers and telling you that, the cash on cash return and all that good stuff, it actually just provides a checklist of things you have to think about when analyzing a property. So we're going to do deal of the day, and this is 503 Cole Street, and that's in Raleigh, North Carolina. And then the first thing to do is start here. A lot of times within the property listing, if it's connected to MLS, you're going to have a lot of the information you need here. And so going to the calculator, the next step is to find the annual property taxes. So I'm really not that familiar with Redfin. I do like their design. It's pretty nice. But I don't know if they have tax. So they have taxable value here. Oh, look, right here on the first page, they have how much the taxes were in 2016. So this is the first step, guys. So if you're following along here on the BiggerPockets calculator, what we can do is 3188, and now we have our property taxes. MLS number, that should be somewhere on here. Zoom?
On the calculator.
On the calculator, right on. Sorry, guys, let me zoom for you. Thank you, Zach. All right, right on. Cool. So we're going to go in. If you want to add photos, you could do all that with the BiggerPockets calculator. That's one of the benefits. So if you're analyzing a lot of deals, which you should be, you can keep track of them, that sort of thing. But right now, we're going to talk about the 4 different things that you need to know to analyze a real estate rental deal. The first thing is purchase information. That one's going to be super easy, and we'll do that quickly. Number 2, loan information. That is really up to you guys. If you need to talk to a broker, a mortgage lender, you should, because that is a really important part of analyzing any deal, is knowing what kind of loan you're going to qualify for. Then we're going to go talk about income and expenses. We're going to do all that in like the next 20 minutes, and I'm going to be doing talking most of the time. So you'll see that if you know this stuff, you could probably run a deal using the BiggerPockets calculator in about 5 minutes. It's awesome. All right, What's the purchase price on this baby? 445. All right. So we got 445. After repair value, I don't know, but I'm not repairing this place. So the closing cost, I would estimate probably around $5,000, and a repair cost is going to be $0. So because we're not doing any repairs, you put the after repair value as the same as the purchase price. If you did want to put more information into that, that's a little more complicated, because then you're talking about how much you're going to invest into this property. You're going to have to look for comps to figure out how to improve this place. And so, I mean, it looks like this place could definitely use some improvement. But because we're doing this remote, I have no idea what this kind of stuff costs. I don't really know what condition the house is going to be in. So we're going to run the numbers as is. And as you'll see, we're going to be able to analyze based on rent as it is. So we'll be able to compensate for the fact that some of this part of this house is a little bit older looking. It's not terrible by any means, but you know, the floors are a little dated. Looks like it could use a coat of paint. That oven looks like it's older than my parents, but we could probably, we're gonna see what rent is like this. Okay, so next, I'm gonna use my loan details, but you guys, this is really up to you. You really have to figure out whether or not this deal, whether or not you can qualify for this. So I'm going to answer some questions in the BiggerPockets calculator about whether or about my loan, sort of the financial picture I'm doing it. So Bill's already guessing this is a no deal. I don't know. We'll see. Because Bill, I don't know what rent is in Raleigh yet. So that's really what it's going to come down to. But for a duplex at that price, we'll see. Okay, so cash purchase. I don't have the money to buy stuff cash. If you do, that's awesome, but I did not. So for me, this would be a rental investment. So because it's not my primary residence, I would be putting 25% down. The calculator will figure the rest out for you. Right now, I'm closing on a refinance next week, and so I know 4% is about right for the interest rate. I'm not going to get charged any points by my lender, and I'm going to wrap my fees and stuff in the loan, which means that any cost, fees, anything associated with this, you're gonna get interest only. So amortized, we're gonna go over 30 years, and the typical cap rate, I have no idea, but that actually doesn't matter right now. So guys, again, I know this might not be a great deal, but the point is, and honestly, I really don't know. If rent is anything like it is here in Denver, it would actually be a great deal. So we'll have to see. But one of the cool things is that what we're learning here is just how to find out this information, right? I'm going into this knowing nothing, and after watching the rest of this, you will know that you will be able to know nothing about a property and still determine whether or not it's a good deal. Okay, so what we're going to do now is figure out income. So what we're going to do is first we're going to start on Craigslist. So what we're doing here is basically looking for comps. This is going to go to, we want Raleigh, North Carolina, Craigslist. Okay, so what we're doing is looking for comps. We're going to go look around and see what apartments similar to this are being rented for in this area. So I'm going to have to look on this map, right? So we're right where the 401 meets 70. Let's see if I can find that on this map here. Whoa, making a lot of sound effects. Okay. Anyone see where the 401 meets 70? All right, let's zoom out a little bit. Oh, it's like right in the middle of that loopy thing. Okay, so this seems it. This seems like the area where this property is. So we know from the listing. Let's check it out. So this is a 1-bath, 1-unit, and it's right near NC State. So that tells me something already, that the fact that it is a little older is probably not a huge deal. You're probably going to rent to college kids, and you don't want people to destroy a brand new place. So if you are thinking about renting to college kids, you probably want to not over-improve that property. So I'm going to filter for 1 bed, 1 bath, right? And then I'm going to roughly figure out the square feet, right? that says 6,000 square feet. I do not believe that even for a moment. Okay, so here we go. We got more information here. Unit 1, we got 1 bed, 1 bath. It's 640. And then Unit 2, we have 1 bed, 1 bath, and it's about 600. So I'm going to continue refining my search here on Craigslist. I'm going to say from 400 to 800 square feet, right? And then I'm going to, sorry, it zoomed me all the way out when I filtered. And look and see what some of these places are going for. So let's see, this is a 3-bedroom, so I guess that filter is not working. Or here, I guess maybe if I update search. I hate that it does that. It zooms you all the way out.
So their sound cuts out.
All right, so let's see this. So we got a 2-bedroom here. All right, let's check it out. So there's a lot of 1-bedrooms. So let's check these things out, right? So this one says it's $950. It's a 1-bedroom. I'll look at this posting in larger so you guys can see. Let me zoom in for you. I'm learning, Zach. Let's look at this place. So this is in a very similar area, right? It's like basically, it's not right in the same place, but it's very close. So we're talking about a very similar part of town. And look at this place. So this is a little bit smaller, but it's a lot nicer. This thing is in much better condition. So this one's $950. So in the back of my head, I'm already thinking we're probably below $950. So let's start like laddering it down and figuring out if we can find one that's in worse condition than ours. And then we could start to triangulate the price, right? Okay, so let's look at this. What do we got over here? There's a lot in this area. Let's go down here. Okay, here's another one. Okay, so this is a little closer. It's smaller. It's in okay shape. It's in better shape than what we're looking at. So that's probably that one's at $860. So probably thinking even lower than that. This one's $830. Let's check this out. So that only has one posting. But I hope you guys see what I'm doing here, right? Basically, there's no like science to this. Basically, what you're doing is just doing some research. You're trying to figure out what's in the area, what are people paying. This is really helpful. So now we can see the high end of the market. So I don't know if you guys can see this, but this is all the brand new student housing, the 1-bedrooms. Those are at about $1,200 per month. So that's really expensive. So we know we're going to be well below that. Okay, so let's keep looking. Let's see if we can find anything close to this. This seems to be like one of the nicest neighborhoods right over here. $775. Okay, so that's sort of what I'm thinking right now, guys, is around, oh, here's a good one. This is $825. $825, this is similar condition. It's pretty old. It's in okay shape. There's a nice kitchen, but it's a weird layout. I mean, there's some weird stuff going on here. The oven and the fireplace are right next to each other. There is a laundry machine. This is perfect. This is exactly what we're looking at. All right, so this is kind of a similar place. It's 600 square feet, very similar neighborhood. So we were seeing stuff at $850, $900. I think $825. We saw something else that was about $775 that was in the right area. So I'm going to say that this one is, I'm going to just conservatively guess $800. Guys, again, what we're doing here is just trying to figure it out. The other ways you can do this, what I've just been doing, is there's a tool called Rentometer. It's sometimes accurate, sometimes not. You always want to look for as many data points as you can get. So if you can look on Zillow, if you look on HotPads, if you look on Craigslist and find similar apartments that are all in the same ballpark, then you can start to feel confident about what the income is going to be for that one. Again, we're just making this up today. My goal is to show you how to do this, not to analyze this deal in super high accuracy. So to keep going, I'm going to put in $800 for each of them. So we're going to go over $1,600 for gross monthly rent. Other monthly income, we don't know enough about this property to know if we can get better rent. So we're going to leave that one blank. Okay, now for the last part. Remember, guys, we had the purchase information. That's step one. Then we had the loan information. That's step two. We just figured out income, and now the last one, which is definitely the hardest in my opinion, is figuring out expenses. And so we have a couple of different levels of expenses here. The first one is going to be fixed landlord expenses. So fixed landlord expenses is going to be electricity, stuff you pay every month, right? For this kind of deal, I think the tenants are going to pay their own. So we're going to put 0 for that, 0 for all of this stuff, except insurance. For a place like this, you could probably pay about, I'm going to say $75 a month for insurance. So one of the main things you want to know is if you do need to pay electricity, water, sewer, HOAs, an HOA will probably be included in the listing on an MLS. You would probably know. Garbage, that kind of stuff. There are a couple ways to do this. One, go in the BiggerPockets forums and see if anyone's been discussing this. There's a lot of good things out there. Go to a real estate networking Google. We're going to use Google in a moment to figure this out, right? So say Raleigh, North Carolina, average utility bill. Oh, bam, right there. It just tells you what a kilowatt hour costs. And then this Numbeo.com I've used before. It basically provides an index for how much things cost. And so you can go here and go into utilities monthly. And for how much a electric, cooling, water, garbage is for a 915 square foot apartment is about $120. Now, here, let me zoom in, sorry. Now, that's bigger than this, but we have two, remember? So 600 square feet, we'd want to increase this by about 30%. So we're talking about $160 per month. So again, if we were paying utilities for this, you would go here and put 160 into this, and because that's grouped all together. And again, guys, this isn't perfect. If you were thinking about seriously buying this place, if you were seriously thinking about buying it, you may want to validate this stuff. Like call someone, call a property manager, figure out if that's accurate. But just to see if this is like in the ballpark of a good deal, this is good enough. But since we think tenants are going to pay it, I'm going to delete that and move on. All right, guys. Next is variable landlord expenses. This is stuff that you don't pay every month. It's stuff that comes up. And so you want to basically figure out roughly how much it's going to cost you on average, so you can keep a reserve fund to make sure that you can cover those expenses in case something comes up. So vacancy is a great one. And again, we turn to Google for these kinds of things. Just vacancy rate in Raleigh. I can't spell Raleigh. I have a mental block. Okay, look at this right here in Google. Vacancy rates for Raleigh. 2015 was about, what was that? 7%. Okay, so let's see which way it was trending. So it's trending downwards. So it's trending down. So I'm going to say 6.5%. So if you have a 6.5% vacancy, then you go into the rental property calculator, put 6.5, right? 6.5% is what we're guessing vacancy rate is. And that means over time, by putting that amount of money, $104 a month away, you're going to be prepared if you miss a month of vacancy. Personally, I like to just put in 1 month, but it depends where you live. Living in a big city like Denver or Raleigh, you usually don't have a big problem with vacancies if you have a decent property. Rural places tend to have higher or lower population zones have higher vacancy rates. So you might want to consider 2 months rent or 3 months rent as your reserve. But for me, I'm going to put 1 in today. Repairs and maintenance. This place looks like it needs some work. So I'm going to put in at least 25% for CapEx and repairs. And so that's going to be $400. I'm already not liking this deal, guys. But basically, I'm just showing you, this is something you really need to see the property for. But I think generally, you could ballpark it, right? So I'm looking at $400 a month for duplex, $200 a month per unit. That actually seems a little bit high, even with how much this place needs some work. So I'm going to put it back down to 20. So all, we're taking about 26% of our income, and we are reserving that for in case something comes up. Property management fee, just because this deal is not looking great, I'm going to put 0. But if you were to hire a property management fee, you want to assume about 10 to 12.5% there, and that's of your total income. All right, so the last thing we're going to put in here is our future assumptions. So basically, we're trying to predict the future and figure out what's going to happen with this property. And so again, let's turn to Google and let's go to Raleigh. God damn it, I can't spell. Raleigh, North Carolina, property appreciation, right? So you can find this for almost anywhere, guys. Neighborhood Scout, this is another good one. So we know that the average appreciation rate in Raleigh for the last couple of years has been 2.5%. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to put my annual property value growth as 2.5%. And then my income growth, I'm going to keep it around the same. I like to appreciate all of my expenses and income as the same. The last thing, guys, is 5.8%. If you are not a real estate agent, you are going to have to pay out of pocket when you sell your property. You're going to have to give 2.9% on average to the seller's agent, that's your agent, and 2.9% to the buyer's agent. So that's where I'm getting 5.8%. Another reason that you should consider becoming a real estate agent if you are an investor, you can save nearly 6% on the sale when you sell any property. All right, guys, so that's it. That was super easy, guys. Let me know if you have any questions, but I hope you see that basically I just went from knowing nothing to being one click away from knowing whether this is a good deal or not. I've already seen some people talking about this, but please, in the comments, let me know if you think this is a good deal, a bad deal. What do you guys think? I'm going to take a minute before I do it. It's saying the feed is really choppy. I don't know what we can do about that. All right, guys. So let me know. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna calculate it. I personally don't think this is gonna be a good deal. Oh boy. Oh man, that is terrible. All right, so we're looking at $1,600 a month in income, and you would be making negative $760 a month. Obviously not very good. This is a horrible deal. You definitely wouldn't want to do it. Honestly, I was thinking about it while we were going through this, and I think this could potentially make a decent flip, or you might want to try and improve it, because I was seeing rents in that neighborhood for up to $1,500 a month. So you could nearly double your rental income. I don't know how much it would cost to improve this thing, but you might want to consider looking into that, right? It's in a good neighborhood. It's near a college, which means that it is probably going to have pretty good consistency of tenants, although they're not the best tenants. But if you can get it into a shape where maybe you put $20,000 in it, maybe $40,000, but then you could be making another like $20,000 a year off rent, it might work. So my conclusion of this is, as is, not a good deal. If you're a simple buy and hold investor, this is not even close. If I was into this area, Jacob Price on YouTube was just saying you need to buy it for less. So that's sort of what I'm thinking. You would offer for less, and then the difference, you would try and invest that into the property, make it a nicer neighborhood, make it a nicer property, because you're seeing things that are similar size in a similar neighborhood for twice the rent. So that is something you want to keep in mind when you're looking around on Zillow or Rentometer or whatever, because you would see what it would be. Okay, guys. So one thing while we're here, I'll show you one of the beauty of the calculator. Like, we know just from monthly cash flow, this is a terrible deal. But if this were a good deal, you would be able to evaluate cash on cash return, which is super important. See how much you would make over time. I mean, even with this deal, after 10 years, you would still make 78 grand. I mean, it's not like that. You would lose on cash flow, so you'd have to come out of pocket for a few years. But if appreciation really is what people think it's going to be, then you could possibly make some money. But see, this is sort of the beauty of learning how to do this, right, guys? So if I wasn't just talking this whole time and I just was doing this as quickly as I could with trying to be as accurate as possible, I think within about 10 to 15 minutes, I could have determined that this was not a good deal. And I know everyone wants this to be a good deal. And obviously, I wish I picked a winner as well, because I'd go buy it. But, you know, learning what's not a good deal is just as important, if not more important, than finding a good deal. I say that to people all the time. Money you don't lose is basically earning money as well. If you buy something that's going to cost you a ton of money, that's horrible. So hopefully this is helpful to you. And guys, my main point here is that if you learn how to analyze these deals, if you use the BiggerPockets calculator, which you should, you will be able to analyze 50 deals a week if you're just getting started. This is something I talk about on my webinar all the time, and you guys should come tomorrow at noon if you can attend the webinar. But something I always talk about is analyze as many deals as possible, right? I mean, a good deal in North Carolina is going to be different than a good deal in Denver, is going to be different than a good deal in San Francisco. And so what you need to do is figure out what the average is, right? So you go and you analyze 30 deals a turn, right? That sounds pretty good. I'd take 9%. But then one day you're analyzing a new deal and you find one that's 14%. Go buy that deal. The only way you know that 14% was good is because you've seen 59% deals. And I know that sounds like it's tedious, but it's not. If you can use the calculator and you learn the things that we just talked about for 30 minutes or whatever it was, you can absolutely go do this. So that is my recommendation, guys. Please let me know if you have any questions. Hopefully this is helpful for you guys. We did this completely live today. We planned to do no planning, basically. That's the story of my life. What's up? So, guys, also make sure to check out the webinar tomorrow if you want to learn more about this. We're going to go into more detail about this. Do we have a deal today?
Yes, we have two. So
okay.
One to attend your webinar.
Yes, attend webinar.
Which is perfect for anybody new to investing. Definitely go check it out. If you're on Facebook, all you have to do is comment, sign me up.
Yep. Okay, so just comment, sign me up on Facebook if you want to go to the webinar. And then do we have a discount for these fine folks?
10-11.
10-11. Okay, guys, just for being here today, if you want to use the amazing BiggerPockets calculator that can show you when a deal is good, when a deal is terrible, and help you become a real estate investor, I have a deal for you. It's 20% off the lifetime of the BiggerPockets calculator. The code is 1011, 10-11, today's date. So if you could, and when you're checking out there, you just type in 1011 and you're going to get 20% off ever on this deal. So it's a really great tool, guys. You get all sorts of stuff from BiggerPockets Marketplace, which is also where you can find deals that aren't on the market. So that's really helpful. All sorts of networking tools if you're looking for a mentor, if you're looking for a partner, all that stuff. Are they doing a video? All right, Zach's saying that we have a video about Pro, so I can shut up for a second. So just watch. With a Pro membership, you'll have exclusive access to the BiggerPockets marketplace to look for off-market and investor-friendly deals you can't find anywhere else. Use advanced networking features on BiggerPockets.com to find your next client, partner, or investor. Locate local investors by zip code and meet the people you need to grow your business. BiggerPockets hosts weekly webinars, and as a Pro member, you'll have access to over 50 hours of in-depth content ranging from topics like how to buy your first investment, how to find and fund your deals, and investing in apartment complexes. A Pro membership offers unlimited access to property analysis tools to help you determine if a deal is worth pursuing and help investors avoid costly mistakes. Save your reports for later or download the PDF for you to share with your partners or lenders. If you're ready to start investing in real estate or looking to grow your business, go to biggerpockets.com/pro and join today. Should I just wrap it up? All right, guys, thank you guys so much for being here. Again, if you have any questions, please hit me up or attend my webinar tomorrow. It's at noon Mountain Time. It's called 3 Steps to Getting Your First Deal. It will help you get your first deal. I was there not that long ago from you. I will show you that you don't need to have a ton of money or anything like that to get started in real estate investing. You can absolutely do it, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. Again, use the code 1011 if you want 20%. My name is David Meyer. Thank you guys so much for being here. Bye.